Hello YouTube, welcome back to Erlengrat. Alright, so I've been doing mostly a lot of work on my new property up here on this section here, where I've been working, got my grapes set up. I got that group of trees over there taken care of. Next target is, just working on these and basically just gonna do one cluster of trees at a time, going all around the property till I get rid of them all and then start figuring out how I'm gonna, yeah, fix the landscaping on it to try to make it more usable. Down here is where I got my setup for where I'm gonna, for my loading station basically. Got, some ramps set up so I can reach into the trailer a little bit better to fully load it. I'm just loading full trees and I'm not bothering cutting them to length or anything, just load the full trees up. Because it's just, taking them over to my wood storage. Because it's just a fairly easy jaunt down. Just had to put together a ramp over here. And yeah, I got myself a little dinky wheel loader to, load around the trees. When I get more money, I'm probably going to upgrade this thing. But yeah, just made myself a little ramp here instead of going through the tight turns up there. So I can just get the trailer loaded, bring it straight down this ramp here, and off to my farm, off to my main farm. Now that trailer there is wrong button. Actually, from a mod. Let's see if I can find it. It seems no matter how much I plan ahead and plan it out, I always forget to get something ready. See, before using these ramps, I was using the mobile ramp here, but it was too easy for it to move around. Sometimes just going up on with a log and get skidded out, and then I have to spend a bunch of time getting it relined up. So that trailer is this one right here, the logo 21. That middle section there actually expands out to make it into like a 52-foot long trailer. The wheels actually steer to help follow. Got main color. Whoa, wrong button. Wrong button again. You got your main color, which is right there. Got your design color, which I'll make hot pink to make visible, right there. And rim color, obviously, is, the rims. So that so far seems to be a pretty good trailer. And then, I just jimmied a couple of honey pellets there. Because you kept having issues where, since all of the logs that you cut, they're all tapered. So loading the full length trees with these, some of these, they're pretty big trees, pretty much all of them. So leaving it to hang down, they'd be way down here, sticking way out the back. Well, they'd hang up on pretty much everything. So that was making it kind of a pain just to transport them. So I had the thought, just put these honey pellets there, just to lift them up a little bit, give me a little bit more clearance on the tail end of the tree. That seems to be doing the trick, makes it a little bit easier to haul them. For the grapes, right here I got a little building set up. So I got a little shed for holding them, or for my vehicles and tooling. for mulching and cultivating, I got the Sigma RM235. This thing, so far I'm having a love-hate relationship with it. Because it does mulch and cultivate all in one pass. One tool does two jobs. Seems pretty nice. And it is the width to fit into the, fits in here nice. But it runs into a slight problem of if you get turned a little bit, it runs in. So you gotta, since it does fit just perfect, you gotta make dang sure you're going straight the whole way. And you don't get turned at all, or else it, catches and it starts turning you more and more. And you gotta stop, straighten out, but it seems to do a fairly good job. But, it's gonna take some practice getting used to, and it would probably help out some if I had put this all on flat terrain and not on a hill, because, when you get up to the... What am I stuck on? There we go. Because, when you get up here where it's more steep, you can see that the angle between the support sticks and the hill gets pretty intense, and I'm not sure what was going on here, if it's something I did wrong or what, but when I try to put more grape orchard down on a lot of these, it would cause a collision with the existing hole, and that was just coming straight. So I'm not sure what I did wrong or what, but I didn't feel like dismantling a whole lot and trying again, then just costing myself more money that I kind of didn't have at the time. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is and give myself more room to work around it. Now first I'm going to see just how much I get off of it for grapes and see where it goes from there. The Sigma comes off of its own mod. Got two different sizes on there. There we go. Got one that's 1.8 and then the one I'm using, which is 2.3. It'd be kind of nice if it was like 2.2, just a little bit smaller so it'd fit in there, still cover pretty much the whole thing, get done what you need to get done, but fit in a little bit better. I don't know. And then I got, that sprayer is just from base game. And then the trimmer, it's also from a mod. It's basically, it's the a twin. Somebody just modded the one from the base game just to give it two heads, so it cuts two rows at once. So other than that, it's identical to one in the base game. So I figure this way, I can go in, have the pruner on the front, the fertilizer on the, the sprayer on the back, and just go in and prune and fertilize all in one fell swoop, get it done. And then, just trailer from the base game. And this other thing here is kind of a handy dandy tool. It's just portable lights. Go in, drag it where you need. Drag it to wherever you're going to need light, shed some light on the subject. Unfold it. Then those turn on, and you can lift it up, turn the whole setup. And you can turn and angle each set independently. So yeah, comes in handy for like doing work at night, and especially with like construction. So we can just kind of put it where you need it and do the work and move on. Especially if you're not sure where you're gonna want lights at the time and don't want to go through all the effort of spending money for a set of lights like that there, and then just have to remove them later because they're not where you wanted them. And I'll just get this thing back, put back away. Right now I'm just shoving them in like this just because I got, just figured it's a place to put them. And as I go, and then I got that there's a larger log fork for the wheel loader. I got it, tested it out. It is too big for my current wheel loader. So when I upgrade my wheel loader, I'll actually be able to put it to some use. And next thing I have to do is kind of decide on what exactly I want to do for my harvester. Because not the great production. Oh, did I unselect it? Yeah. Oh, right here. Because on the vineyard pack, there is a pull behind harvester. You can just hook up behind your tractor and pull behind for harvesting for 131 grand, which is a whole lot cheaper, which is like half the price of either of the self-propelled harvesters. And I'm not sure which one of these even I'm fully decided on, because this one's, so I haven't even really done any looking at these yet, because I got a little while. Next up is right here. I got the from the Great Productions pack. The Great Production pack is the spinnery from the Great Production pack that will take one of your new productions for grapes. You can make grape musk, bring that in with the recycled polyester and polymers, and you can actually use that to make faux leather. Just gotta get all the way to the bottom here. So you can make the grape leatherette with the grape musk and the polymer to make leather, which then also from the production pack is a new tailor shop, which I plan on putting right about here. Once I get that in place, I'm gonna finish up and clean up the landscaping around here and kind of make it all look pretty. With this, you can bring in the leather and you can make shoes and belts. So I figured, why not? But even before I can get into that, down here somewhere, there's two different designs of a, whoa, wrong one. there's a new grape processing unit. Which, aside from getting, grape juice and raisins, you can also get grape musk and grape seeds. And the grape seeds you can go out of the new oil mill, which gives you same thing, canola, olives, sunflowers, to get those oils. You can also go take in the grape seeds and get grapeseed oil. So, but yeah, this thing's 200 grand. It's kind of spendy. I think this first crop, I'm probably just gonna go down to make it into raisins and grape juice and go from there. Oh. So, until then, I got my grass ready to go, so it's just time to mow up and collect all my grass bales, get that going, making silage and hay, and keep going that direction, because, yeah. I have reached the 800 count on my chickens, which that's kind of good. Just waiting for them all to get up to proper age. Okay, just waiting for them all to get mature. I'm gonna start doing a sell-off. Every month I'm gonna sell off basically 200. So I'll get a cycle going to 200 chickens. Well, won't be every month, probably every other month. Sell off 200, sell off like 200 every other month or so. And then, so I'll have a good little side profit going with selling chickens. Because the trailer I have will haul like almost 500, so I'm, hauling 400 at a time isn't going to be too big a deal, and I always forget to give plenty of space around the beehives. I have reached capacity on my sheep. I think they've all reached maturity too, so I'm just waiting for the youngest batch to reach maturity. I'm just going to start doing the sale off on those. Just basically every time the youngest batch is ready to reproduce, I'll sell off the oldest batch and keep that going. Cows, same. I'm still waiting for them to actually fill the cow barn, so I'm not at capacity yet. I'm still just kind of thinking, that I don't like that cow barn. I don't know. The cows never actually get to touch grass. They're always stuck in that little thing. They do get, that little bit of sun, little bit of area that they do get to see sunshine. They're still walking on what looks like, probably aluminum slats. Yeah, I don't like it. I figure cows, they need to get out in the pasture and, get some sunshine and some freedom going. I got a couple of different ones that I downloaded. I'm thinking about giving a try. Sad part is, they're all contain even more cows. I'm kind of limited on how many cows I can haul in one trip in the trailer I got. Now, this is also the first time I've mowed this since I've enlarged this field. See, when I had to plow this field, because, you know, sugar beets, you got to plow after each crop. And when I did, I kind of enlarged it a little bit because I didn't have enough to completely fill the sugar factory with both sugar beets and cut sugar beet. So I figured I need to increase production, so I can increase the size of this one, and then I drastically overdid sugar production. So I completely filled the sugar plant, and then I ended up with over 500,000 liters of extra sugar cane. So I turned that field into sugar beet. There is a little section I got of that I left as sugar cane right there, because I've grown this before and I know it does grow back, but I can't remember how the heck I did it, because I went through and I did mulch everything. I mulched the whole thing, and when I came back, this happened. Where if I were to, you know, actually drive up there and take a look. Actually drive over there to actually show it, and of course the door didn't open. I don't know why I didn't take that thing, but okay. I might actually end up selling that. I never use it. But if I do, I might redo what I got going on over here. I got the time I can take a little trip. Yeah, this is the cow barn, and like I said, it's got just that little area there where they can come out and get sun, and you know, there's what they're standing on. Which I know, like, oh, that looks like it might be wood, except it's got cows walking on it, pooping on it, peeing on it. If that were wood, it would be going to heck, and you know, it would be getting destroyed in a hurry. So that's what I'm thinking. It's aluminum, so I can't be comfortable for them to walk on. But yeah, here's basically what all of the sugar turned into. So some of it came back, some of it didn't. And I'm not sure if that's because I mulched it or if that's because of what I used to plant it. Because this is also the first time I used this tool here to do the planting. Because, you know, this is the multi-planter. It can use plant poplar, potatoes, and sugarcane. So I don't know if this is the result of that planter or if this is the result of mulching. So this section over here I completely replowed, replanted. We did a complete reset on this one over here. And that should give me that, well, from what I did, remember last time, that gave me more than enough to fill the sugar plant. So that'll give me all that I need for sugar cane. And yeah. So I don't feel bad for that. And then I'll probably, and as the year's been going on, and I've been monitoring my sugar plant, I did get it full on sugar cane and on sugar beet. And Oh, as the years going on, I don't think it's going to have them completely empty by the time it is ready to harvest sugar beet and sugar cane again. So I think I'll be safe. Should be more than safe on quantity. I'm still holding on to all of my sugar cane until after the new harvest. I have not added any sugar cane. Been unable to add any sugar beet because I haven't had any. I think all I've done with sugar cane is I did have to refill my planter. I just used sugar cane to refill it as seed. That's all I've had to do so far. So when that's ready to harvest, first thing I'm gonna do is empty out the sugar cane I got in my bin, or I got my silo. Refill the factory, refill the plant, or the sugar factory, and just see just how much it did actually use throughout the year. And of course, that's when somebody calls the phone, I never answer, so just let that go to voicemail. Yeah, so empty out, refill the sugar factory, figure out just exactly how much sugar cane it did use throughout the year. And I think I'll kind of leave that much in my silo. And I'll take the rest and set it aside for sale. Like I might actually set up a separate silo over by the sugar, like some other storage mechanism over by the sugar plant for sugar cane, just to hold what I'm going to keep, and then take everything else in my multi-silo and sell it. Or leave it set as, have that set aside for some, yeah, you know what I mean. I kind of do the same thing with sugar beet, where it is going to get a little complicated with sugar beet, is I got so far 2 different things that are taking the sugar beet, because I got the cut sugar beet and the sugar plant, and I got cut sugar beet over on the biogas plant. So what I'm kind of planning on, what my intent is as I'm harvesting the sugar beet, basically anytime I have to go empty the trailer, I'm first going to pull through my 2 different sugar beet processing plants there, make sure they're topped off, have them set to just have them set to distribute. So as they're cutting, they'll just be automatically distributing to both places that need the cut sugar beet. And anytime I need to unload, I'll just unload there and then unload in my storage. So that, keep them running full tilt. As they run, they'll just be filling up everywhere where sugar beet's needed. Yeah, I know, this is completely not realistic. You're just gonna drive across my sugar beet with my lawnmower. But I did shut the blades off, so. Now all of this has been cut already. Yeah, I think this is all done over here. So yeah, get them full. And yeah, then my plan kind of is to do kind of the same thing with them as I'm going to do with the others. I'll just do it like instead of dumping straight into the places that need it, I'm just going to go through the processing units. So like ultimately what I kind of hope is by the time I'm done harvesting all of my sugar beet, my plant and my BGA will be full and the processing units will also be full. That's kind of my goal, get it so that the processing units and everything they're feeding is completely full on everything involving sugar beets. And then essentially I just won't touch them until the processing plants are running low. I might need to work on that some because the sugar plant is going to need a lot more and it's going to need it a lot faster than the BGA. So I might need to figure out a little bit more on that, how exactly I'm going to work that out, because I've already figured that one out to some extent. We're just going to have to keep an eye on how it's going, and I'll do some more strategic planning and figuring out in that end. But it's kind of my plan so far, is just keep those plants full and running and see how much sugar beet gets fed into them through the year. So that's kind of where I'm sitting now. Other things I'm looking at, like I said, I don't really like that cow barn. Because on top of that, the capacities are kind of low. So it takes frequent use. Frequently have to go in and do something with it. So other ones I'm looking at are like this one here. And I got like this one here, which as you move around, I know it's sitting way in the air, but you can see it's got a fair-sized pasture connected to it. It does hold 200 cows. Holds a lot more feed, a lot more straw, a lot more milk. My problem with this one is it's all completely open. So it's the other big thing I keep debating on is it's ridiculously expensive, but I'm saying screw it and putting into these. It's going to take up a whole lot of space, a whole lot of room. I'd have to put one here where this one is and put one over here. And kind of figure out a good artistic placement for them. Make it look kind of pretty, but have one with Holsteins, one with limousines, and call it good. Because this gives me, so because this gives me everything I'm kind of liking. Because got this, which is mostly enclosed, so they got a place to shelter from wind and rain and all that. They got the pasture they can go out into. It's kind of nice. As opposed to that one, there's no grass. They never touch grass. This one, which I really like the setup of this one. I mean, it's got, I like the look of it. But, you keep losing a little at a time. You keep losing manure, and I don't like that. And this one wouldn't be too bad if they just had a freaking wall on this side. Yeah, if it was just walled off to give shelter from the wind, that would be better. I'm tempted just to save up and get it and just see if, if there's like, I don't know, like, if it's got a feature or something you can walk into to like close it up somehow, or if there's like doors here that you can close. Because this, I could work this in to here fairly well. I'm just gonna maybe turn it around or something. Oh, could work it into this space a little bit and kind of massaged in. Oh, got some thinking to do on that. For right now, the cows are happy enough where they are. And the big thing I'm kind of looking at is, I got I don't even have my current pasture, current cow barn full. And the one I'm looking at is even bigger. And I don't think I even really need it to be bigger unless I want to start selling milk, like at the grocery, wherever I can sell it, wherever I want to sell it at. Because right now I'm already out producing what I need at the cheese maker by a fair amount for milk. So I'm pretty sure once I get the chocolate factory, I'll be at least matching production. Once I get it, and then also get this full barn. So I'm not too worried about numbers of cows right now. There's still got, that little building right there is why I'm not too worried about building that new grape processing plant, because right there's the fruit productions building that I got, and right there I can make raisins and grape juice. And so other things I am looking at building, I think are going to end up taking a precedent over some of the other stuff I'm looking at, is I do want to make a cookie factory, which, just looking at that new property I have over there by my grape orchard, there's going to be space there that I'm not going to be able to make into decent farmland. I already know that. So, whoa. So that's going to be something that I'm just not going to be able to or that's something, yeah, since I'm not going to be able to make it into farmland, I can look at putting up buildings. So, cookie factory, get that done. And another thing I'm looking at making is the, what was it? The biodiesel plant. Can't remember what it's called now. Here we go. Yeah, the ethanol on diesel plant. I'm looking at putting that up so I can start making my own dang diesel fuel instead of having to buy it. Yeah. Turn a current bill into a paycheck, that would be kind of a nice thing to do. And then yeah, because I'm not too worried about actually making like the feed. Yeah, just for crying out loud, I got massive amounts of food production, animal food production going on over here. Well, that's at least the type of food I need. Yeah, the TMR, I got that handled. So I'm not too worried about doing that, especially considering the price for it's kind of not so great, so it's not even like a good sale product. Unless I want to start really looking at doing pigs, but I don't know. Because yeah, that's one of the things I can set to use the ethanol and diesel plant to make pig food. Because that's always one of the big hassles with doing pigs is, you gotta set up a whole lot of land just to make the food, and it's like, well, right there I'm making pig food. So that's a thought. Gotta start doing raising pigs. And then the other thought is, what do you get out of pigs? You get manure, you get slurry, and you get more pigs. So really, what's the big point there? Other than, I'd have to see what they're worth. That's just another thought I've been having. So yeah, that's me and my thoughts. So that's kind of my goal on this map, is just keep building and expanding, and yeah. Until eventually it gets to be a point where income from whatever gets to the point where it's like there's no real point in storing up massive amounts of wood chips and silage for my annual sell-off. And it's starting to get to the point where I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to put up any more windmills or anything like that. Like, I may want to get like another beach, like invest in getting a big, putting in a bigger BGA. That would definitely be something I'd look at doing if I did get a bigger or if I did start raising pigs. Because that's a whole lot more manure, a whole lot more slurry. Which is just like something I was looking at and wonder, a mod I've been looking at is, trying to find if there's a mod on the market for PlayStation where you could put it like, kind of like the manure thing, manure pit. But instead of being a place where you can manually go and pick up manure, you could set up, would work like a production facility. Where you park it next to your cows or pigs or whatever. And you could set it to automatically just send the manure wherever it's needed as it's needed. So you wouldn't have to take the time to haul a batch of manure to your BGA or wherever else you need to haul it to. But at the same time, that's not that big a deal having to do it. It runs so slow, it does so little at a time, it's like, it's not that big a deal just to let it accumulate and just wait for that to run, start running empty, and then load up a whole huge amount all at once and call it good. Same sort of thing I'm doing with the digestate and off of the production plant. I do have that set where it will. Why is it bogging out? What am I hanging up on? Because I do have my farm productions building set to distribute the digestate it makes from making silage. But for whatever reason, it only does like small amounts at a time to my fertilizer production. But my BGA empties like every hour into the production plant. So like, just as an example, like right now, I go all the way up to the biogas plant. Look, it's got like 9 liters of digestate. I come down to the farm supplies building. Oh, it's currently sitting at nothing because, there's no grass. So right now is not a good time to look at that, but after I get some grass in there for a little bit, and it starts grinding on grass, it will be like thousands of liters of digestate. And then I go to my fertilizer production from digestate, and it'll be empty. There'll be no digestate in it. So it's like, hey, what the heck is going on here? But oh well. So I just leave it to go to its own devices until there's like a whole lot in there, and then I just grab my tanker that can handle digestate and haul it all over into the production plant and call it good for a while. I do the same thing with manure and slurry. I just leave it sit until the biogas plant and wherever else it thinks it needs it, and I just load up, take it wherever it's needed, and take whatever's left, and then empty the rest into the production buildings and call it good. So yeah, there's kind of how I got my farm going. I got my fingers in a whole lot of pies. Got all sorts of different revenue sources. My hourly income is rather kind of nuts, but I still manage to find ways to spend it faster than I make it, so although it is currently June. So June, I gotta keep an eye on my prices. June is the sale month for planks and furniture. So 2,440. I can ignore all the carpentry. So I'm just looking at the grocer and the supermarket for this one. 2,456 and climbing. 2,430 and climbing. Same thing here. What's my high? Alright, it's at the high. And I got a lot of furniture. Because the high is 3,762. SFN grocer is 3,866. So I'm gonna be selling my furniture. So yeah. And I got just a little bit of furniture, guys. So this is gonna be another fat paycheck. And yeah, this right here is yet another reason I like this semi. It's got that front hitch. Other little things I'm looking at doing, just because of sheer volume of slurry I keep ending up with, I am looking at doing away with my little slurry tank I got right there and replacing it with a larger one. So I'm looking at getting rid of that little slurry tank, replacing it with a larger one, just because of the sheer volume of slurry and digestate. And I can't think of really any other little things I'm buying or selling right now. So yeah. I guess that's all I have for you this week. Looks like it probably was another long video. So, one of these days I'll figure out how to go through and make one of these that's not like ridiculously long of just watching me drive around like a moron, but hey. So I guess until next time, you guys have fun and God bless.